And I hope you see the importance of having proper shoulder external rotation in both of your shoulders to adequately hit the golf ball and play golf with no shoulder pain. Hey there, Dr. Brandon Evans here with Proactive Physical Therapy and Wellness in Louisville, Kentucky. I hope that you guys are all doing well today. In this video, what we are going to do is discuss the proper range of motion needed to effectively hit a golf ball. Now, shoulder injuries are pretty common in golf, but what if I told you there's a way that we could limit your risk of shoulder injury by ensuring that you have proper range of motion as well as proper strength in the muscles that stabilize your shoulder? With that being said, let's dive right in. Now, as we're looking at the shoulder is a very mobile joint, meaning that it can move in a lot of different directions. But with that, it's very important to make sure that the shoulder is also stable. And one of the movement patterns that we know we need in golf is what we call shoulder external rotation. And what that is if I take my right arm and I take my top of my arm and hook it to my body, I should be able to externally rotate or turn my shoulder outwards. Ideally, we want to see at least 70 degrees of shoulder external rotation in both of your shoulders. Ideally, we would love to see you have 90 degrees of shoulder external rotation. So what happens if the shoulder is not able to fully externally rotate? In the golf swing, one or two things typically happens. One, the arm will start to come away from the body, and we know that this could disrupt our golf shot. Or number two, if my shoulder starts to go into external rotation and it stops here, I'm going to tend to lean my body to the side to try to get that extra range of motion in my shoulder, which therefore puts a lot of stress through the muscles in my back, which could ultimately lead to low back pain. So in physical therapy, as we're looking at a mobility of a joint or a range of motion of a joint, we're actually looking at two different things. One, does the joint have the available range of motion? And number two, does the joint have, or the muscles surrounding the joint, have the proper motor control to control that joint? So a test that we do is first we see, does the joint have the full range of motion? So if I were to lay you down and I were to move that joint or move that shoulder into external rotation, and I was able to get full external rotation, and then I had you try to do it actively, and you only could get half of what I did passively, we know that it's not the joint. We know that the joint can move through the available range, but you just don't have the strength or the motor control in the muscles to control that movement pattern. And number two, let's say I try to passively externally rotate your shoulder, and I only could get you to 60 degrees. Well, now we know that the joint or the tendons or the ligaments are tight or stuck, and we need to go in and try to free them up to give you that available range of motion. So I hope this video really helps, and I hope you see the importance of having proper shoulder external rotation in both of your shoulders to adequately hit the golf ball and play golf with no shoulder pain. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.